Welcome. It's Meditation Monday. Take a deep breath. Notice your body. Find a comfortable seat. Take a few moments to take in your surroundings. Notice the room you're in. Take stock of the light, the sounds. Start to notice just what's happening in your area, the space that you're in. And take up space, right? Make sure you have room to breathe, room to move a little bit. You don't always have to. We're going to try to come into a stillness, but even when we do that, even if you're sitting in stillness and in a meditative pose, you still want this concept of I can move, I can breathe, so that when you are kind of eyes closed and in that space, you know that your external actual situation is comfortable and safe. So enjoy that too, right? Experience the fact that you could take a moment out of your day to notice things, right? Rather than constant distractions or rushing and things like that. You take a moment and just breathe in and out. Maybe just looking at some things that are in your space. Notice your breath as you breathe in and out. How does it feel? What's the quality? Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it deep? Is it shallow? And once you start making those observations, you land in the present moment. You go, okay, I'm here. I'm noticing what I'm noticing. And it's that simple, right? It's simple, but it's not easy. It's not always easy to stop the chatter and the distractions and the anxieties and the fears and all of that, right? Because those things will continue. Your brain will continue to think. You will continue to feel. And with that, a lot of times it gets out of control, right? So it's like the aspect of not having control is what kind of causes that, the anxieties and fears. So know that you're in control of at least your breath right now. At least you can control the environment that's directly around you at the moment. You can turn lights on and off. You can maybe put a fan on or open a window, whatever it may be, right? You have a control of maybe the temperature, things like that, right? Experience and acknowledge what control you do have. And once you've done that sufficiently, sit in a comfortable way. Notice your spine. Notice your breath. And start to just land in your body. Now that we have what our space is like, now I could feel what I feel physically, right? I'm going to notice, just maybe we work from the head down. Just feel the very top of your head. Feel kind of the space right above your head, right? Because there should be like a little bit of a lift to lengthen the spine. And then just notice the whole head, right? The top of the head, the ears, the jaw, the cheeks. Maybe it was the eyes, the neck. You can feel the throat, the shoulders. Notice the shoulders. Notice your arms, your collarbones, your upper back, your upper arms, your chest, your elbows, your ribs, your forearms, your hips, your knees, your hands, your legs, your seat, tailbone, feet, and land. Take a moment to feel what you feel in your body. Take another few moments to take in what's around you. Start to maybe notice your heart rate, your breathing, how quickly it's going, your respirations, that's the word. And then you could start to maybe close the eyes down, right? So now that you feel this sense of, okay, I know what's going on around me, you could start to gently close the eyes, because the goal here is maybe to experience your senses and then slowly allow your senses to kind of soften, and you start to notice kind of what's going on in stillness. And so you're just going to notice as you maybe close the eyes. You could still bring, maybe there's still some light filtering in through your eyelids. There's still an image of what you saw before you closed your eyes is still kind of like hanging out there. Maybe you start immediately with some sort of visual, you're visualizing something, you see colors or shapes or whatever it may be, right? Notice that. And so you feel a sense of kind of everything around you. Then you start to notice that the sight is starting to slow down. Start to notice what you hear. So using your other sense of hearing, take in sounds around you. It's birds, or it's people, or if it's fans, whatever. Just notice it. And you're allowing, right? You're allowing a sound to happen without changing it, without altering it, without labeling it. It just is, right? Something happens, okay, that's what that is. You don't have to attach to it, you just allow it. Notice the temperature of the air, right? Notice maybe any kind of sensations on the skin. You notice your touch, maybe your hands, right? If your hands are on your knees or maybe their palms are face up, you could still feel some sort of touch, right? Notice that. Can you touch your hands together? Make sure that they're warm, that they feel comfortable. And so we're working through each one, right? You notice you still hear the sounds that you hear. You still notice the temperature or what you feel as far as your touch. Keep experiencing what you're experiencing, right? Maybe there's any lingering tastes from whatever you maybe just ate, or you had a drink of water, or you maybe brushed your teeth, whatever it is. And then maybe even any smells, right? Maybe it's a pleasant smell, maybe it's just the smell of the air in the room. And allow that to be the final sense that we use to kind of ground down, right? Your sense of smell is associated with the ground and with the root chakra and earth and all that stuff. So it's also something that you just notice, right? As you're breathing in through your nose, naturally you're going to smell something. It's just kind of that sense that never really stops, especially when we're playing with our breath in and out. And so maybe with the eyes closed down, the other senses are aware, but we're allowing ourselves to just kind of land here in our space, in our bodies. And now we can allow the breath to be the main focus for a little while, right? As you breathe in, maybe you do notice still the smells or the sounds or whatever it may be. But see if you can just feel the sensation of your breath as it expands in your lungs. And then as you exhale, there's a sensation of maybe just air leaving the lungs. There's maybe even a kind of a relaxation of some sort of the ribs or your back. Something is kind of softening because it's allowing that exhale out as you inhale and expand and feel some sort of lift. And then as you exhale, there's a release, which also allows you to land a little deeper in your seat, in your comfortable space. And now the subtle starts to become more hyper aware, right? You're noticing rather than the extreme external stimuli, there's internal stimuli that's happening, right? You're noticing what's going on in the body. You're feeling what you feel, right? Maybe it's the sounds of your bowels, right? Maybe it's the feeling of the neck muscles. It can be anything. But you start to notice a little bit more of this internal energy. Start to feel just kind of how it all works, right? As you breathe in, your lungs expand and exhale. Your lungs contract as you breathe and pump blood through your heart into all of your veins. Feel the sensation of just energy moving through the body, and just notice. You notice what you can feel. And become interested, right? So it's something where you heighten all of the senses, and then you allow them to start to slow down, and then you notice some sort of energy from inside, and then you start to allow that to even start to slow down and become fully and completely still. Notice what stillness feels like. Notice what it sounds like. Notice what it smells like, right? What is it like to just be as you are in this moment, in your body, in this space? Nothing else, nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, but just breathe, sit, and experience the subtle. Any little nuance of relaxation on the exhale. Become interested in the subtle. Allow it to be your main focus, the feeling of your breath, the noticing of what you notice. And start to realize, right, that concept of control we talked about earlier, like controlling the environment that you're in. And realize now you can let go of the idea of control, right? And you're just sitting with things as they are without controlling anything. You're not even controlling your breath. It's just happening. You're not controlling your thoughts. They're just happening. You're not controlling your body. You're not controlling the environment. So things are technically out of your control. And you're sitting with that as it is, allowing yourself to feel what it's like to be in a state of calm while also not necessarily having control. And so you just continue to allow. You allow the breath in and out. You allow yourself to sit as you are, with no labels, no judgments. Just this present moment. Just this inhale Just this exhale. Just this breath. I'm going to get 10 more breaths in silence and stillness, and simply allow and notice what you notice. You start to allow yourself to let your senses work again. Letting the sounds in, maybe slowly opening the eyes. And then just take in the external the same way you took in the internal, and just try to notice. Again, without immediate reactions, just allow. And then you thank yourself for arriving, for taking time out of your day to be with stillness, to be with control and lack thereof. And then you're done. Meditation Monday has come to a close. Feel free to go about your evening. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you again next time. Have a good one.